Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. The message I have from God is I have a question. The scripture comes from Micah 2 and 9. You drive the women of my people from their pleasant homes. You take away my blessing from their children forever. So this message is about there is someone that has placed themselves in this pedestal, and they are ruining the homes of God's children. And they are ruining the homes by telling men they should act a certain way or telling women they should act a certain way. It is basically, I feel like God is saying that his children are going to these people that they see as prophets. And it doesn't mean that the person specifically calls themselves a prophet. It could be very well just like one of these someone that comes on here and likes to talk about how a modern woman should behave or how a modern man should behave, or the ones that are calling the man dusty and the ones that are calling the women modern women, and all of this just back and forth, this nonsense. God is saying that these people, as much as they present themselves as if their intentions are to help, but they are tearing the homes apart. The thing is, we are all different. Nobody is seeking for the same person. We are not, there's no man that specifically wants the same kind of woman that his friend wants, or even his brother or his father. It's just not it would not work, because we are all different. We all want a certain kind of person for us, for our match. We all have a certain match. We are not always looking for the same person. So to try to put a whole group into a little ball and say that you all should behave this way and you all should behave this way, it is going to be constant bickering. It's going to be constant battling. I have talked about this several times before. On one end, the men are saying that they want a woman that isn't working hard. They want a stay-at-home wife. They want her to take care of home. They want her to do this. They want her to do that, which is all well and good. But then they also call these kind of women gold diggers. And then there are men that are saying, well, if she is too professional, and if she is too headstrong, and she is too into her career, and she's doing all of this, then how is she going to take care of home? But at the same time, where is she supposed to live while she's waiting for her husband? She's supposed to be homeless? Is she supposed to live on the streets? What is she supposed to do for work? How is she supposed to eat? I just don't get the foolery. I'm gonna be real. And I get it that in a sense you don't want, a man would not feel as though he is the king of his castle if he's with a woman that is far better off than he is by herself. But in reality, the main reason that women have to strive to have a career, the main reason we have to strive to have a good job, is because otherwise we will be homeless on the street. It's not like we don't have this position to where there's someone that's taking care of us as an adult. As adults, we have to hold our own weight. And I just simply think that is absolutely ridiculous. I get it. Sometimes men are running into a problem to where they get married and they want their wife to quit and she doesn't want to quit. However, that problem comes from women going through the experience of quitting their jobs and letting go of their careers and being fully dependent on a man just for him to go out and find a mistress, and now he's messing with his mistress and he leaves his wife with nothing, and now she is stuck there with nothing, nowhere to go, no one to call on, nothing to do, and just in the dark. And God is saying that these false prophets, they sit up high, they act like they know everything. 90% of them are single, 90% of them divorced, and they are standing on these platforms acting as if they know everything, and they don't. They are acting as if they have all the answers, and they don't. And in reality, God does not want his children listening to these people because they are driving the families apart. They are destroying the families. What works for you and your spouse works for you and your spouse. It's not going to work for everybody else. And you can't expect that what somebody else has went through or what somebody else's experience is going to be your experience. And I just feel like this is what God is saying. God is saying that he is not happy with the way that his children are being driven apart, the families being torn apart, marriages that he blessed being pulled apart because people are listening to nonsense. People are listening to foolishness. People are poisoning their ears. You have to be careful of what you listen to. You have to be careful. And that's, I'm not one, I don't really like touching on nobody's marriage because I don't want to I'm not going to be the one to tell you to leave. I don't feel comfortable saying that. I don't feel comfortable pulling apart anything that God put together. And that's just me being real. And God is saying that there are people you have been going towards these videos. You have been seeking out these people that are giving all these testimonies and their old relationships. They're giving out all of this information about all of these things that they have been through, or they're giving out information about different things, and they are destroying relationships. They are destroying homes. They are destroying the family unit. Because in reality, nobody is perfect and no relationship is perfect. The goal is not to find a perfect person. The goal is to find the person that is perfect for you. That's the goal. It's not always about having that person that you feel like you can show off, or having someone that you shouldn't feel as though, I'm not saying that you can't show off your person, but at the same time, it's not always about that. You have to go into marriage with the idealistic and the mindset that I'm not getting divorced. Not with the idealistic, the mindset, well, if it don't work out, I can get divorced and I can move on. You have to really, I just believe the way that we are looking at our families, the way that we are looking at unions, the way we're looking at relationships, the way that we're looking at marriages, it is completely destroyed. Children are supposed to grow up in a house with both their parents. They're not supposed to be in separate homes, torn homes, broken homes. It is heartbreaking. And it is stressful on the child. It is stressful on the child because the child is put in a position where they have to choose between their parents, and they really don't want to choose. They want both. It's not fair to the kids, and it's not fair to the parents, because in reality, a lot of times the parents, they can't even put together how they feel when it comes to the other parent and the emotions and all that. And God is saying that he put a blessing. The marriage between these households is a blessing. A man that finds a wife finds a good thing. And, to any men that are watching, if you like to watch these channels that all they do is they sit on there and bash women all day, it's poison. To the women, if you listen to these channels and all they do is sit on there and they bash men all day, it is poison. It is poison to your ears. Because you will start to think, subconsciously, you will start to believe that every man or every woman is like that. And it's not true. It's not true. God is a God of miracles. God is a God of faith. And if we would stop listening and stop watching these videos, the way that they are impersonating, that the way the personalities that they are saying, the reality of what they are saying, it would not be real. In reality, it's nonsense. They're talking about a small percentage. And it's just that it's so many people watching it that it makes it out to feel real, or it makes it out to be a certain way. But God says that is just simply not so. It may be a small percentage that act like that. It may be a percent that act like they don't have no sense. But everybody is not that way. That's just like every woman isn't walking around with makeup on every day. Every woman isn't walking around with weave every day. Every woman isn't wearing wigs. I don't wear wigs. I do have weave in for right now, but I'm pretty sure when I get ready to take this out, I'm wearing my natural hair. And this is my first time wearing weave in 2 years. For those that don't know, these braids, I haven't wore weave in 2 years. And I used to wear wigs, but I threw all of those away. I rarely wear makeup. When I wear makeup, it's typically for videos for y'all. But even with that, y'all see I don't have on makeup today. So, and this is coming from someone who used to be a model. This is coming from someone, when I was younger, I had to have lashes on every day. But I eventually, to me, it's a lot. But I still love them. Obviously, I have an eyelash, what is this called? Like a fixture on my wall. But that's a hint too. When I started my cosmetic line, for those who have asked, when I started my cosmetic line, I was only selling lashes. So that's why I bought the lash. Okay, that's what I have another one on the other side. That's what it represents. For those that have been wondering why I have this giant eyelash there. That's why. But I'm just saying this to say, these are stigmas and these are statistics that a lot of times people are talking about and they're running with. And it's entertainment. But listening to too much of it can be poison to you. And that's the message, y'all. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.